Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories like these. Now, let's get into today's story video. Cheated on by wife. Left for another guy. She still texts me frequently and cries to me how I'm doing better than her and how it's not fair. It's my first time posting on Reddit, so please bear with me while I get the hang of things. At the moment, my understanding of acronyms is minimal, but I'm trying hard to improve it. This is due to the fact that I'm now writing from the top of my head, with all of my ideas and feelings, and as a result, my writing and story may seem disjointed at times. Sorry. Let me start by saying that I am 31 years old as a man, and my wife is 28 years old as a woman, female. Currently, we are the parents of 2 young children, ages 7 and 5, respectively. My wife filed for divorce on August 27, 2020, and I consented to the terms of the divorce. According to accounts, she had fled the next day and was now living with her mother. A few days later, I get text messages from her cousin, who informs me that she has been having an affair with me all along. The wife claims that she has never done so before and that she has never done so in the past. We met up again a week later to do a Zoom meeting on her phone in order for our kid to see his online instructor for the first time. A Facebook message with the subject line, "Only a few hours," appears in her inbox, along with the accompanying emojis, eggplant, peach, sweat, and more. Upon asking if she could clarify what she had said at the meeting, she refused to discuss it and claimed she had already deleted the messages when I asked if she could discuss it after the meeting. Her buddy, she said, which made sense given that my wife was out on a date at the time, and apparently girlfriends get excited for one another and believe they're going to be beaten up, as happened to her. Which, to be quite honest, I didn't believe in at all at the time. I became agitated and informed her that she needed to go. During our conversation, she shared that she was bringing the children to another city for Thanksgiving, which is celebrated in Canada during the month of October. They would be seeing her grandparents and swimming with them. She ultimately confessed to lying and checked into a hotel with our children, and the man who she was said to have cheated on me with, among other things. The car's engine failed on the way back, and it was forced to be abandoned. It is the automobile she battled me for and for which she is still in debt to me in the amount of around $12,000, on which she pays payments every few weeks. This is when I started to believe in karma a little bit more. Between September and November, my wife and I ingested alcoholic drinks and participated in activity on a total of perhaps 5 or 6 separate occasions. Even though I'm still waiting for her to come back, I'm anxious to become involved with her again. My understanding is that she has been seeing this person for quite some time, which makes perfect sense. I stumbled across photographs of them about a week and a half ago and decided to look into them more. I have not connected with her in the period since I viewed those images and verified all that had happened. Her falsehoods, even the ones that were clear to me, piqued my interest because I honestly wanted to believe them. So she cheated on me, then abandoned me for him, and then cheated on him with me? Earlier this month, before I realized what was going on, she came over and we were talking, and she allowed me to feel her up and give her a full body massage before I realized what was going on with her. I have absolutely no idea what is going on in her mind at this moment in time. Here's some more information for your consideration. My children and the home are in order, and I've shed 50 pounds while she has been out of the picture. 235 pounds down to 185 pounds. She has been to my house on many occasions and cried to my shoulder, expressing her discontent with the fact that I am doing far better than she is. In particular, she has voiced discontent with the fact that I am doing all of this now rather than while we were in the same room together. She assured me that she still cared about me and that she had purchased things for me for Christmas. But it wasn't just any junk. She also got me a bottle of sake since she knows how much I want to travel to Japan and cook ramen and other traditional Japanese dishes when I'm there. As a consequence, she gave the matter some serious consideration. Not to be too judgmental, but she doesn't seem to be in very good health these days. She has gained weight and has been deeply entangled in the usage of illegal substances and alcoholic drinks, which has caused her to become terribly depressed. According to her, she is in tears all of the time. While she revealed to me that she was depressed with me and left me with the assumption that things would get better, her mood has remained down, which she finds irritating. She is still depressed. However, as we all know, genuine happiness comes from inside, and she unfortunately lacks this characteristic. Consequently, if you have abandoned me in favor of someone else, you should be happy and take advantage of the situation. She has not communicated with me for the last 4 days. According to my data, this is the longest stretch of time she has gone without contacting me in the previous 4 months, which is unprecedented. At the time, I was seeing her, and she informed me that if she ever left me, I would fail in all I attempted. When I told her I was considering becoming a dishwasher at a restaurant, she said she predicted that I would never be able to make any friends. Maybe she has forgotten how outgoing and lovely I am, or maybe she has forgotten how outgoing and pleasant I am. As a result of the positive feedback I received from every single waitress, I soon went from dishwashing to working in the line and finally being asked if I wanted to become a bartender. Given my weight at the time, as well as my poor self-esteem and confidence, I made the decision to forego pursuing a career in bartending at the time. She was displeased with the amount of people who ended up like me, particularly the number of females who did so. For the most of our marriage, every time my wife and I went out to drink, she would end up twerking on the wall or the floor and allowing others to videotape her. Despite the fact that she flirted with everyone, she was able to convince several of my close friends that I should participate in it with her despite my reservations. My drinking habits are limited to a few occasions a year at the most. But one Halloween I overindulged at a friend's party, resulting in my passing out and puking all over the place, which was embarrassing. She was in the meanwhile sharing a restroom with a bunch of males who were showing off her genitals in exchange for free coke, and who knows what else she was receiving in exchange. Following her assuring me that nothing had happened, I came to the conclusion that I was completely delusional, and that everyone else had misunderstood what had occurred. On the surface, it seems like you and I are engaged in a game of gaslighting. It is becoming clear to me in my present therapy sessions, however, that my therapist really just need constant attention from other persons and sources. Getting it from her spouse was not enough for her to satisfy her needs. I recognize that we all have flaws and that our marriage was far from flawless. I apologize for any inconvenience. Even though I'm certain she still loves and cares for me, I will never be considered a backup or a second option for her in any manner. Despite the fact that I loathe comparing my situation to hers, doing so right now helps me feel better. Despite the fact that I feel like full and absolute, I'm going through the motions in order to continue and attempt to be at peace. With my own apartment, a dog, happy children, a car, and a lot of money, I'm able to support myself while attending university. Her predicament is diametrically opposed to mine in that she lives with her mother, has a broken car and a vehicle, is begging for money from me while subsisting on CERB, COVID money, is sad and depressed, and believes the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, which she believes is not true. Consequently, she is so scared of being alone with her thoughts that she sometimes sleeps with her mother or with the children. She will not proceed once I have done speaking. Although she has acknowledged that she has made a mistake, I'm skeptical that she will be able to move on in the near future. Ultimately, I'm not sure why she cheated and left, but she has continued to contact me, have with me, and express her pride in how much better I am doing at my career than she is. It has a perplexing effect on the mind. On the other hand, how can you possibly understand someone who is unable to comprehend himself or herself? Generally speaking, I'm doing okay, but certain weeks I'm just fatigued and in pain. That's how I feel right now, like she tore my heart out, fractured it, and then crushed the other person on top of the broken parts. This is the moment at which the story comes to a conclusion. Even though there is so much more I could say, and there's so much more background information I could provide, I believe this is sufficient. Please accept my sincere thanks for taking the time to read this. Please do not hesitate to get in touch with us if you have any queries or concerns. A challenging circumstance to handle may include being separated from one's partner, being cheated on, and being coveted all at the same time.